Good evening. It's time once again for the HideNet.com Week in Review Market Report. My name is Don Oshman, Editor-in-Chief and Publisher of HideNet Market Reports. Today is Sunday evening, March 15th, 2015, 3/15/15. In Europe this week, a report from Italy says that Asian tanners are competing fiercely, have a strong hand in the European cow market because the Italians can't compete vis-a-vis the dollar-euro situation, which is now $1.05, and it's almost on par. And the Asians have an advantage, and they love the European cows, which are better quality than the U.S. cows. So that's where most of the cows are going in Europe. The ox market, the European automotive people are taking those up. So that markets are all basically stable. Veal skins are also benefited by the dollar. Pardon me, I have the itchies tonight. By the dollar, because they're also bolstering up the lower grade veal skins. The premiums go to the fashion houses, but the lower grades were sinking, and the Asians, mainly the Chinese, are taking those up to support that market. And again, Italians can't compete. Lambskin markets are pretty stable, but those in Turkey who make all those fabulous double-faced garments and everything else for Russia are very concerned about their receivables because of the Russian economy and the ruble, and there's going to be some big problems financially in that sector sooner or later, probably sooner than later. North America this week, decent buyer interest for everybody, but the bookings were only moderate because a lot of the producers said, you know, I'm going to wait for Hong Kong, I'm going to Asia to visit my customers, I can wait a little bit. But the tanners, mostly in China, said, we're not going to pay the prices you want. And although some business got done, it was not terrific. And the kill was down to 535,000, which is way below normal. And we've had low numbers for the whole first quarter. I think it's down almost 7%. And still, all of it is not cleaned up, this week at least. Last week, however, it was very strong. There was more hides sold than were produced and more hides shipped than were produced. But that was an anomaly. Texas steers this week were between $103 and $103.50 CNF for seasonal weights, and Texas wet blues sold for about $116, maybe $117 CNF, which was about steady. Outstanding sales to be shipped, sold but not shipped, were at a 17th month high, but the West Coast port slowdown has convoluted those figures a little bit, and we don't believe that the producers are really that well forward sold, or we'd have a much stronger market. At the next Hong Kong International Interactive HideNet Forum will be taking place at the APLF in Hong Kong. It'll be actually the Sunday before the APLF starts on Monday. And we're going to have another great panel of speakers and to discuss various issues concerning our trade. And you will be able to type in, you'll be notified of this, to send questions into this panel if you're not going to be in Hong Kong. If you're going to be in Hong Kong, you're invited to come at no charge to the forum. And we'll talk to you more about that next week. Latin America, the wet salted Argentine market is down a couple of 1% or so, maybe 2% in some cases, but the crust and finished leather prices seem to be okay. They don't fluctuate as much either. There's a slight uptick in the Brazilian wet blue market due to reduction in slaughter, which is due to diminishing or declining or bad Brazilian economic situations triggered by the drought, which has curtailed meat consumption domestically and therefore curtailed the cattle kill, less hides. So the Brazilian tanners are firming up their prices a little bit because they don't have enough volume. And whether that's going to last, I don't know. Again, like every place else, everybody's looking forward to Hong Kong to see what's going to happen to the market. The currency devaluation is making it very difficult for exporters to figure out what they can get in the real, what they can get for the dollar. It's just making a great deal of challenges for those who are exporting because it keeps fluctuating. Report from JBS this week, they had a terrific results, and they just reported worldwide in all of their business, poultry, pork, and beef. Also, this coming week in Novo Hamburgo, Brazil, FIMEC, F-I-M-E-C, I probably say it wrong, is a big Latin American leather show, and that's going to be held this week, and our David Holes, who will be on the spot, will give us a report this time next Sunday night. Also, I want to remind you again that you can come to our forum in Hong Kong, and you can watch it on your computer wherever you may be, and you'll be able to send in questions to our panel. Again, more on that, and we'll be talking more about that with more details in our daily and weekly market reports. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you next week.